Up guys, JayFerGaming here and welcome back to my Bernie Spin of Fate series. This is episode number 3 out of 10 and we're getting into this season now. It's been a bit of an experiment and I think it's working quite well, though we've only had 2 5-lap races so far unfortunately, but if you've missed the first 2 races, go and check them out. And that really affects this spin as well because we've done Bahrain and USA so far, so they've been taken out of this spin. And here let's go for it. For the third race, which track are we going to be racing? The Circuit de Catalunya at Spain. Not a bad one actually. I wouldn't mind having a relatively long race here. I swear if this is 5 laps again, then this is definitely flawed and fixed for a full 5-lap season. Come on. A 50% race around Spain. I'm happy with that. I'm happy to do a longer race, but I do hope I'm not in a manner for this. So far we've had Williams and Toro Rosso. So what kind of car would we like? Obviously, one of the top 3 would be pretty good. But a Force India wouldn't be too bad, maybe a Lotus, so let's see what we're gonna get. Yeah, that's not too bad, the Lotus with the Mercedes power unit, decent speed, so I think we could be fighting for the points here. Let's wait and see what happens. But which driver are we gonna be? Are we gonna be the famous Pastor Maldonado? I have already done a career mode season as him, so it should be interesting to be him if we were him, or Romain Grosjean, who's impressing so much with Haas at the moment in real life. Let's have a look. So there we go, the food machine has spoken, Bernie has spoken. It's going to be a 50% race around the Spanish Grand Prix racetrack, and we're going to be in the Lotus as Romain Grosjean. Let's see what happens. So here's the results of the Spanish Grand Prix qualifying, and Hamilton takes it from Rosberg and Danny Kvyat puts it in 3rd. They're the type of surprises I was talking about when I put a one-shot quali on, so I'm hoping for that to happen a few times in this. And that's why I put it on my Bianchi career mode as well. And my teammate's up in 7th, he had a great session. And I'll be starting from the back, of course, which is what we do in this series. And in a Lotus, it could be quite tricky. I'm not expecting to get, say, in the top 6, but I think a points finish would be realistic from here. And that would probably be quite a good achievement. So we're preparing mentally for the start of the race. Just get the manners out the way, probably get the McLarens, and just make up positions as quick as possible. And away we go. It does feel good to be doing a longer race in this series. We actually get a decent start for once. And we're using the slipstream of the 2 manners. We'll probably get them into turn 1. Yes, we do. Will we get anyone else? Might get Hulkenberg up the inside of Sainz. We're currently 3 wide, so this is very risky. And have we got the position? Sainz is coming back. We've got the Force India up to 17th already. Let's try and make a few more here. So we use all of the track and a little bit of the runoff area there. And up the inside, any more cars? We've got Sainz forcing it up the inside of NASA. That was a pretty close move. We're still side by side. Oh, I've got the feeling he's going to box us in here. Yes, he has. We need to avoid Alonso. We were so close to spinning out there. Oh, I just didn't want to hit the back of the McLaren. I was all locked up and yeah, I'm lucky no one collected me there. But we need to get back onto the back of the pack as Nasser and Alonso are touching constantly. Side by side through the whole of this section, which is very risky, and oh, we've nearly lost control there on the back of Alonso. We're going 3 wide again. We need to stop going 3 wide with everyone. But go for switchback. We should get Alonso. We could have got NASA there, but we made a little bit of contact. We made quite a bit of contact on this first lap, but nothing too major, so we can get these positions. And we just need to catch up to the pack, dispatch NASA, and then see how far up we can get and how quickly we can do it. But the car's feeling really strange. The back end keeps stepping out. The car keeps sliding all over the shop. This is the setup I set up for the Mercedes, so might not be optimum for this car, but we do get ourselves into 14th place after the first lap, so not too bad. But it actually took quite a few laps to catch up to the back of Jensen Button, which is really strange considering their lack of straight line speed. But he's in this pack just ahead of me, which is, I think, just outside of the points or going into the points. So if we can get all these cars, we can get a couple of points on our back, and we're slowly closing in on Button. Button's straight line speed actually isn't too bad, so that worked out alright. We're now into this pack, which is a little bit slow, and I think it was because of my teammate. My teammate was seriously holding up these cars, but he's been overtaken since, and I'll be on the back of him and Ericsson soon. So we're closing in, a lot more grip than the Sauber, and we should get a decent run here. I think we do, so we're going to go for a move up the inside. Let's see if we can get it stuck. We're locking up once again. This is definitely a prime opportunity for overtaking moves, but you can lock up so easily. So it's a little bit risky, but we get the move done up into 12th position, and then soon we should be on the back of our teammate and hopefully overtaking him. Though he is good around here, as we know he did win one race back in the day. That seems so long ago, but here we go. Going for a move on our teammate, Pastor Maldonado. Pretty simple move, and that's us up into 11th place, but we have outbroken ourselves, and yeah, we just keep it on the track, so it was a valid move. And now we're just one position from the points, so just need to go for the move on Verstappen. But it is our time to pit. The tyres are going off, and these tyres really don't last at all the options around here. These have lasted 7 laps, and that's with orange front tyres, so it could be a bit of a struggle, as I did aim to do a 3-stop here. So coming into the box, another set of the options, and away we go. We haven't really gained too much on Verstappen. Let's see if we get held up at all here. I don't think we do, because we'll be coming out pretty much alone, a couple of seconds behind the Toro Rosso. So let's see if we can get an undercut on any cars. I'm not too sure where everyone is in the gaps to the guys at the front, but we'll come around the end of lap 8, and let's see if we overtake anyone in the pits. We should do, being in this lowly position. And we're actually closing in on the Toro Rosso very quickly. Are we going to go for move into turn 1? It's going to be a late one, but we do go for it. Oh, that's a fantastic move. I know it was DRS assisted, but I'm very happy with that. I had to brake quite late, and compared to Verstappen, that's very difficult to do. But up into 11th, which did turn into 9th as everyone pitted. So we're looking alright for points, but it's going to be very tough to get anything bigger than this, because the top 8, the top 4 teams are just too quick for me in this Lotus. Maybe if I started higher up, then I could have mixed it up with them, but it's the Williams, the Red Bull, the Ferraris and the Mercedes. I'm going to need contact or something if I'm going to get anywhere near them. I'm already quite far behind them. I think it's about 12 seconds was the gap to Massa, who was in 8th, so it could be a battle for 9th. Let's wait and see what happens though. So we're coming out of the pits for another set of the options, just ahead of Nico Hulkenberg, so we won't lose any time there. So let's see how we do in this stint, and we're closing in on some cars who haven't pitted, Maldonado and the Sauber there. But we're on the back of Perez, who I think is going for a 4-stop. He seemed to pit extremely early in the first stint, so his tyres are a little bit more worn than mine, but we are going to try and go for move into turn 1 once again. Are we? No, we're probably too far back. Yes, we are this time. But if we can get a decent run through the chicane, as you can see, we've got much more grip than him. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get a move done into turn 4, I think it is, down here. But we do get a great run, and yes, we probably should put it up the inside. Yes, we do. Not outbreaking the Force India, but the additional grip is so much, and there we go, back into 9th. I'm not sure if we're really battling Perez. I think his alternate strategy means we're probably quite far ahead of him. But lap 22, 7 laps on these options. So 11 laps on the primes to the end, that should be it. And let's see, will they actually last? That's the key thing. And will we gain any time on the likes of Kvyat? I think, if anyone, we'd catch up to him ahead of us, if possible. But it's going to be tricky. They do have pretty good pace up there. And oh my god, we're getting closed down. What's this? Alonso and Sainz. Where are we going to come out compared to them? Behind Sainz, but ahead of Alonso. So, yeah, that's worked. It's worked out okay. We'll see what we do on this out lap compared to Sainz, if we can get him out the way and just overtake him and not lose any time compared to the Red Bulls, who I think is 7th and 8th. So let's see what happens. We're coming behind Sainz. He's slowing down. Bro, what's he doing? Oh, contact. I think Sainz is out the race as well. You can see from the replay, he just stops. He was going into the pits. I didn't realise it at the time, but he just stops. What? I can't do anything there. I just continue to push him into the wall, and that's Sainz out of the race. And we're up to 9th now, where we were before after the midfield cars have pitted. And it says we're 38 seconds behind Kvyat. So if you think a pit stop's maybe, 24, 25 seconds, we're around 13 seconds behind. So not a lot happened actually. There's some debris on the track there. I wonder if there's been some contact. Someone's retired as well. Raikkonen's in 8th position. Is he out the race? We gain a position. Yes, I think Raikkonen's retired. That's a position gain. That's fantastic. Some additional points. And Vettel and Massa are both in the pits. They must have been involved in the contact. The 2 Ferraris and Williams. And we're up to 6th. Who would have thought it? There's no way. I don't have the pace for 6th place. I have the pace for 9th. I had that position locked down. But this is unbelievable. This has worked out perfectly. Contact. I said it before. Contact could happen at any time, and it's really helped us out in this race. And we're coming home. Romain Grosjean, 6th position. It's not what I expected, but I'll take the points, and I'm sure Grosjean will as well, because they'll be his first points of the season in the 3rd race. So good job from the car, good job from myself, and you'll see both standings after the classified results. So there we go. Rosberg takes the win from Hamilton. So that should make things interesting at the top between them two. But then Bottas and the 2 Red Bulls, they had a great race there. And yeah, there's us, 6th position, pouncing on the 2 Ferraris who were involved in an incident with the Williams by the looks of things. So yeah, we've gained some good points. 8 points, I'm very happy with that, going along with the 10 points we scored as Felipe Massa. So 18 points in 3 races, could be better, but not too bad overall. You'll see in the standings afterwards where we are. So yeah, not too bad. I'm overall happy with that. And I do hope you've enjoyed this series and this episode. Please leave a like if you have. Subscribe if you want to see the rest of this series. And I'll catch you in episode 4 of Bernie's Spin of Fate. Goodbye.